Today we're going to be taking a look at the Pewag all-square snow tire chains with cam tensioners on our 2022 Toyota Tundra. These are going to be a ladder pattern style chain, so they're going to be a little more rough of a ride than the diagonal or diamond pattern chains, but that's not a huge deal. These aren't going to be the roughest ride of all of them though. There are some all square snow tire chains that are a little bit bigger. These are 5.6 millimeters length thick. So these are relatively larger, but not as big as they can go. So they're going to get you a decent amount of traction. And these are going to be less traction than some of the V-bar style chains. These do have a little bit stronger steel material. It's manganese nickel alloy. Some of them are low carbon steel. So these are definitely winning when it comes to how hard and how strong they are. So they should last a long time. And one thing I like about it is just the cam tensioners. They really do help get a really nice fit on the chain. So that is something to kind of think about, just because as treads start to kind of go down, sometimes the diameter of your tire changes ever so slightly. So with the cam tensioners, you can be confident that they're as tight as they can be, so they're not going to fall off or anything and damage the vehicle. These won't damage your wheels. So notice how we have a very large amount of gap between the chain and our rims. So even if we were in very, very thick, heavy snow where it's pushing in on the sidewalls, it's not going to go and scratch our wheels. That's something I look at just because these are nice and I want to keep them nice. So you don't have to worry about that with these. If you want to put these on just the back wheels of whatever vehicle you may have, you can do that. It does come in a pack of 2, but if you do want to put it on the front wheel as well, you're going to have to grab 2 of these. So they have a pretty big bag, and it's not a canvas bag, so it is not going to rip near as easily. So that's a good thing. There's plenty of room in the bag too to get all the chains in there, so you don't have to worry about just kind of having to stuff stuff in. A lot of times when you get products, sometimes they don't get packaged up as nice and neatly as they did before. With these, we have plenty of room in this bag. But once it's all in there, it's about this size. It'll fit underneath your back seat or in your toolbox, whatever you have going on your vehicle. But when it comes to these, I think they're going to be a pretty good option for you. We want to lay out the chains, make sure there's no tangles or anything, and there's a couple things we need to look at. One, there's a specific link right here, and this is the more rough side. The other side's a little bit smoother, so we want the smooth side to end up towards the tire. And then also we want the cam tensioners to be on the outside of the tire so we can access them later. Now that that's all done, grab them in the middle. We'll drape them over the tire. I'm gonna make sure it's nice and even, both front and back, but also right and left. And then I'll meet you around back for our first connection. On one side, we're gonna have a series of links, and on the other, we're gonna have a hook. So we're gonna pick one of those. I highly suggest doing this in your garage first to figure out which link's gonna be best, because it does kind of make a difference. So do it in your garage so you don't have to do it out on the road when you're stuck. So I'm gonna use the second one, and I'll meet you around front for the second connection. Same thing in the front, extra links and a hook. So let's connect those. I think I might be able to get to the second one. It's not really a big deal because we do have cam tensioners on here. So I'm just gonna go with the end link right here. And then we have a tool that comes with our kit right here. We're gonna take one side of it. I like to start on the middle one on the top. So we'll tighten this one up. And then we have a couple more we can do. See how that kind of starts to take some of that slack out. There we go. All right, and that's pretty good, but we do have one more thing we need to do, and that's a rubber tensioner. So these do not come with the kit. This is what they look like. They're on the related part section of the webpage that you're on, and we just want to make sure that these hooks are going to be facing away from the tires. And I usually start at the top, at the center, have 2 out to the sides, and connect this down low. We want to evenly distribute all the tension throughout the chain. And once it's nice and connected, there's one more step, but it's the easiest step. We just need to get in the car, roll over it a couple times, come back out, and just make sure it's still nice and tight, and if so, we're good to go. And that's pretty much it for a look at the Pewag all-square snow tire chains with cam tensioners on our 2022 Toyota Tundra.